Coronation Street has revealed a first look at the dramatic moment when everything changes in Sarah Platt's dark new storyline. Sarah has been desperate to keep everyone in the dark about her guilt in Theo Silverton's murder case, but she reaches breaking point next week and tells her partner, Kit Green, the truth. The pivotal scene comes when Sarah returns home to the flat, where she is greeted by an unexpectedly romantic scene. Kit has decided that the time is right to finally propose, so he declares the extent of his feelings for Sarah and drops down on one knee. Realizing that she can't keep living a lie, Sarah crumbles and tells Kit that she was the one who killed Theo. Kit is completely stunned. Where does this leave their future? Corey fans know that Kit has been desperate to collar the culprit in Theo's murder case for some time now. He's long suspected that it's Gary Windass, but the builder has only been acting suspiciously because he helped Sarah to cover up her crime. Now that Kit has been taken off the investigation, he's not as closely connected to the case. This makes life very difficult for the police officer, as he wants to cover for Sarah but isn't in a position to influence the investigation anymore. I'd like to hope Kit would protect Sarah, says Tina O'Brien, who plays Sarah. Because of the way he feels about Gary, if it came down to it, I think he would throw Gary under the bus to protect her. I'd be very worried for Sarah if she ended up in prison, she added. She might appear to be a soft touch to hard criminals, and I worry she'd get into problems, especially if they found out she has a partner who's a police officer. The Cobbles have seen countless secrets, heartbreaks, and impossible choices over the years, but nothing could prepare Coronation Street fans for the emotional whirlwind that unfolds when Sarah drops a confession that changes everything during what should have been one of the happiest moments of her life. With love hanging in the air and a surprise proposal set to bring joy to Weatherfield, the celebration quickly turns into an unforgettable night of tears, shock, and uncertainty. As emotions reach boiling point, Sarah realizes she can no longer keep the truth buried. Her decision to speak out threatens not only her future but also the lives of everyone closest to her. The episode begins with excitement building around a romantic surprise. Friends and family notice that something special is happening, although nobody knows exactly what. There is laughter in the rover's return, whispered conversations, and plenty of hopeful speculation. The atmosphere suggests that happiness is finally on the horizon after months of drama. Sarah, however, looks distracted. While everyone else is smiling, she struggles to hide the weight pressing down on her shoulders. Every congratulatory remark makes her guilt even harder to bear. She forces a smile, but viewers can see the conflict written all over her face. The proposal itself is beautifully planned. Candles flicker in the evening light as heartfelt words fill the air. The romantic speech leaves everyone emotional, and for a brief moment, it seems Weatherfield is about to witness another happy ending. Then everything changes. Instead of giving the answer everyone expects, Sarah freezes. The silence becomes unbearable. Friends exchange confused glances as the seconds drag on. Her expression shifts from joy to panic before she finally speaks. I can't do this, not until you know the truth. Those few words instantly transform the celebration into one of the most gripping scenes of the year. Nobody moves. Nobody breathes. Sarah's voice trembles as she begins revealing the secret she has desperately tried to keep hidden. Every sentence becomes more devastating than the last. The confession sends shockwaves through everyone gathered. Some refuse to believe what they're hearing. Others immediately begin questioning everything they thought they knew. The person who planned the proposal is left completely blindsided. Their dreams of a fresh start disappear within moments as Sarah admits she has been carrying a burden that changes the foundation of their relationship. Viewers watch in silence as raw emotion takes over. Sarah explains that every lie, every hesitation, and every strange decision she has made recently has been connected to this one painful truth. She never intended to hurt anyone, but fear convinced her that staying silent was the only way to protect those she loved. Unfortunately, silence often causes even greater damage. As the confession spreads through the crowd, familiar faces react in dramatically different ways. Some urge forgiveness, believing honesty, even if delayed, is better than another lie. Others feel completely betrayed. One family member storms away, unable to process the revelation. Another demands answers Sarah simply cannot provide. The proposal ring, which only moments earlier symbolized hope, now becomes a painful reminder of shattered trust. Meanwhile, Sarah struggles to hold herself together. Years of emotional baggage appear to catch up with her all at once. Every tear reflects the impossible choices she has faced, while every apology reminds viewers that even good people can make terrible mistakes when they are afraid. As the emotional fallout continues, Weatherfield quickly divides into opposing sides. Some residents insist Sarah deserves another chance. Others believe certain betrayals can never truly be forgiven. The gossip spreads rapidly through the street. Inside Roy's rolls, conversations become increasingly heated. The Rover's return buzzes with speculation as customers debate whether Sarah has destroyed her future forever. Even those who were not present during the confession soon find themselves caught in the drama. The proposal episode becomes the only topic anyone wants to discuss. For Sarah's loved ones, the biggest challenge isn't simply accepting the truth, it's deciding whether they can rebuild the trust that has been broken. Relationships across the street begin to shift. Old wounds reopen. Previous arguments suddenly make sense. Unexpected alliances emerge as friends choose sides. Some believe Sarah has finally shown courage by confessing. Others argue she waited far too long. The emotional complexity is exactly what Coronation Street does best. Rather than presenting easy heroes or villains, the story explores how ordinary people respond when honesty arrives too late. Every character has understandable reasons for reacting the way they do. That emotional realism is what makes the storyline so compelling. As night falls over Weatherfield, Sarah finds herself more isolated than ever before. The proposal that promised a new beginning instead leaves her wondering whether she has lost everything. The engagement ring remains untouched. The future she imagined suddenly feels impossibly distant. Yet despite the heartbreak, there is also a sense of relief. For the first time in weeks, perhaps even months, Sarah is no longer hiding. The secret no longer controls her. Whatever consequences await, she knows they will be based on truth rather than deception. That realization provides one small glimmer of hope amid the devastation. The final scenes leave viewers with more questions than answers. Can love survive such a devastating confession? Will forgiveness eventually replace anger? Has Sarah destroyed her chance at happiness forever? Or could complete honesty become the first step toward rebuilding what was lost? As the camera slowly pulls away from Weatherfield's familiar cobbled streets, one thing becomes perfectly clear. The confession is only the beginning. Its consequences will continue to ripple through multiple families, creating new rivalries, unexpected friendships, and emotional confrontations in the weeks ahead. Fans can expect difficult conversations, painful decisions, and several surprising twists as those closest to Sarah decide whether her actions deserve understanding or condemnation. One confession has rewritten countless futures. A proposal meant to unite two hearts has instead exposed fragile relationships, hidden fears, and painful truths that can no longer remain buried. For Sarah, the hardest part is still to come. Confessing the truth may have taken enormous courage, but living with the consequences will require even more. As Coronation Street continues this gripping storyline, viewers are left eagerly anticipating the next chapter, knowing that on the cobbles, every secret eventually comes to light, and every confession carries a price. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Crown ST.